Hello, hello, everyone. We're back. Are you having deja vu?
We're back. You can't get rid of us.
Yeah, so we have Laurel who created a few cards for today's presentation. So I'm going to head to the back and let Laurel answer all the questions. So make sure you keep your questions going, whether they're just crafty related or related to her card, and so that we can keep her here as long as possible because we want to keep talking to Laurel.
Everybody wants to talk to me. Not really. We'll be
All
done in
right, so get
a minute.
your questions rolling, and Laurel, maybe you'll tell us a little about your presentation while people kind of trickle in. Do
Really?
you remember what you created?
Wobbles, people. It's all about the action wobbles. If you follow me, you know I like to keep things fairly simple. And when we decided we were going to do this Funfold interactive themed summit, I was like, oh crapola. But anyway, I found a way to make me a cute little interactive card with just a little cheap action wobble. And I think they're so much fun. So hopefully you had a chance to look at my presentation. I should have went and grabbed my my cards. They're over there, but hopefully you saw them. I can, if you would like, to go grab my cards, but hopefully you just arrived. I made 3 cards, all in like the same color family, because when I have all my supplies out, I try to use what's there instead of going and grabbing more and making a big huge pile. They do have different size wobbles. The ones I used for my images were considered mini. You got it like a big, if you're gonna want to wobble a big huge focal point on a card that's probably bigger than, I don't know, 2 inches, you would probably go with the bigger one. But for all of my cards, they were minis. And when you get a mini pack, I think I got a pack of like 50. So I'll be having wobbles for days and days and years to come. And I got mine off of Amazon. I did link to them in my supply list, I'm pretty sure. They action wobbles, another thing, if you know me, you know, I'm fairly cheap when it comes to certain things. And I don't like to spend extra postage because postage is expensive. I don't even know what the cost of a stamp is. What is the cost of a stamp these days? I remember years ago, I bought the forever stamps. And so I still have a whole bunch of those. So when the price goes up, because it's forever stamp, my price doesn't go up. So I can still use that stamp, but I don't even know how much it is now. But to answer your question, Arlene, yes, no extra postage because they flatten down when you stick them in the envelope and then they pop up when you take them out of the envelope. So they do just hunky-dory in the mail. Are action wobbles, good morning, Lori, are they made from plastic or paper that you purchase? There is a spring on the wobble that does appear to be plastic. I don't know, but that's the little springy thing. So I'm pretty sure that's plastic. I know. Oh my gosh, you want me to get up and see my cards, Susan? Okay. Thank God I'm not in jammies today, you guys. I'm not in jammies. Let me look for them. 1 and a 2. Hey, I can find 2. I can't find my third one. But I got these 2. Okay, so I'm going to bring them over. And I keep my little blanket in my lap too. So y'all are getting to see the whole, and there's my dog. Y'all are getting to see everything about me. Okay. Wobble, wobble. See my coffee cups, and I'm super big into coffee. So of course I'm going to do the coffee cup here. Boop, boop, boop. Wobble, wobble. And here's another one. And I did a fold too, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. I did the basic trifold here. And this little guy wobbles too. Then I have a third card, but I can't find it. It should be with these cards. I don't know. But anyway, there's my cards. I noticed both you and Justine use Catherine Pooler inks. Any particular reason you chose that brand? Well, I happen to love her inks. She was one of the first people that came out with the foam ink pad. And I like the ink pad. It's not felt, so it was foam. She does wonderful, wonderful colors. I don't have I have almost the full set, but I only, got the colors that I particularly liked. But that is why I started using her. And there's no reason for me to switch because I liked the brand, I liked the quality, I liked the colors. So once I started creating my, I'm sitting here looking at my inks like you can see them. Once I started creating my lot of inks, there was no reason for me to change. I just love them. And I love all the colors. She has a party line and a spa line, and it's just great. Where do I find inspiration? I go on Instagram a lot. I don't follow a lot of card makers, but I like to follow pretty things. So that's usually where I'm drawn to, like, designs. You know, some of the best inspiration you can find are on gift cards. Like if you ever go into Target, you can stroll over to the Starbucks section and take a look at all the gift cards and take pictures of the layouts and stuff that you like. You can also probably just go on starbucks.com and look at what their gift cards look like. Their little, you know what I'm talking about. Get lots of inspiration there. And I love color. I've always been a huge fan of color. So I usually just pick what I think looks good together. I don't really do a lot of research into color, like palettes and stuff, but Pinterest would be a huge place I would go if I needed that. Do I have a favorite Catherine Puller ink color? Well, my favorite color in the world is kind of in the seafoam mint arena. So minted, meant to be seafoam. I love that color. Aquatini used to be my favorite color when it first came out. I'm drawn towards Bellini. I love Bellini. It's a pretty little orange color. So typically, whatever color you like is the ink color you would get, right? For someone starting out, other than black ink, what are the main ink pad colors to buy first? Well, if you like color, I would buy one color per rainbow. So I buy red, orange, yellow, green, and blue to start. There's probably 50 million different shades of blue ink out there. So pick the ones that gravitate toward yours. But I would start with that as like your base, and then you can get different variations of blue, like maybe a light blue, maybe a dark blue, etc. But that's what I would do, and just gravitate towards whatever colors you prefer. If you don't like yellow, then don't buy yellow. Just skip over that. But I would get one color per rainbow color, and even a pink. I would get a pink too, even though it's not part of my song. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Don't forget the purple too. I think I learned that in kindergarten. Oh, help. Every time I log in, it goes straight here to the live and I can't access the classes themselves. Kathy Joe, you're just going to want to log into the classroom, stressfreecardmaking.com/classroom, and log in. All of the live presentations are going to take you here. If you're trying to click on someone's live presentation, it is going to bring you to YouTube. But the presentations are there for you to watch for a lifetime, if that helps. For someone, I already answered that question. Suzanne, let's see, hold on. Let's keep those questions coming. That's right. I have been clicking on Kathy Joe. You might need to email hello@stressfreecardmaking.com if you need some extra support. You've been clicking on links from day one. Email. Oh, email. Yes. For all of the free ticket holders, you should have gotten an email from us. If not, it's on the schedule page, stressfreecardmaking.com/schedule. Kelly, help. I am trying to upgrade my ticket and last year's summit, but I'm sorry, I need my glasses. Hold on. And when I hit PayPal, it wipes my information out. Ooh, well, you might try a different browser. I don't know what browser you're using, but we've sold lots and lots and lots of tickets, so I know it's working. So maybe clear your cache and try a different browser. Love the rainbow idea. You can make different shades from a darker color by stamping off. That's true. You can do like second and third generation stamping where it gets lighter and lighter. And also you can double stamp, maybe using a stamp positioner like the Misty, and get a more intense color of the color. So you can use the same ink pad and get various variations of color. Brilliant. Brilliant, Stephanie. Yes. Question, what is your favorite type of card to make? I'm more of a clean and simple kind of gal. I don't do a lot of embellishments or layers or anything like that. So my cards probably clean and simple with a lot of white space and then like little pops of color everywhere. And my favorite fun fold, of course, was the trifold because even I can do a trifold. Bellini. I agree with Bellini. I normally don't like orange either, but there's something about Bellini that is just pretty, and I like the name. I think it's a cocktail. I'm not a drinker, but it does sound like it would be a schmoozy little cocktail you could have at night too. Do I like leaving the inside blank, Stephanie? I do. I typically leave it blank because that's where I'm going to write my message. So the outside of my card would either have a sentiment, and then I put them in categories like birthday, miscellaneous, thank you, congratulations, and then I leave the inside alone. Or sometimes I create cards and don't put a sentiment on them at all. And then I can either pop on a sentiment when I need something specific, or I can just write something on the inside. So I would file the ones that don't have sentiments on the front under blank. I have a blank category, and those could be anything I want. What do I do with all the cards I make? They're sitting over there. They're sitting back there in a bin. When I have friends come over, I'm like, hi, take some cards. Do you need some cards? Here, take some cards. But that's typically where they go. I'm really, 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 really bad at sending them out. I know. Isn't that terrible? It's terrible. What weight paper do you prefer? I think I typically have 100-pound. I use Hammer Mill. Oh, just lost all my rings. I use Hammer Mill cardstock. I used to use Nina Solar White too, and I started off with 80-pound, and then I went to 100-pound. I just like it. Anything thicker than that is a little too thick, and don't do anything lower than 80-pound, or you'll have a very, very flimsy card. Is it trifold or gatefold? I don't know. Could it be either one? I don't know. What do you call this? Maybe it has two names. I don't know. But all I know is I could do it, and I didn't need any special tools, and I did not even get out a scoreboard. I just folded the card. I did it on my video. I just folded the cards into each other and pressed it clean, and bada bang, I got me a fun fold. It's called a fun fold. I literally like the that's not what you said. I like the simplicity of your cards and that you keep your mistakes and show you, yes, listen, almost every card I make is going to have some kind of boo-boo in it. Listen, we're not robots, right? You can cover them up with an embellishment or a sentiment, or if it's a smudge, turn it into abstract art. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. Ooh, a Bellini is a cocktail with peach puree and Prosecco. Ooh, well, look, see, it does sound like a smoothie cocktail. What if I wanted it to be a mocktail? What could I do for a Bellini if I wanted it to be a mocktail? You tell me. Do you ever send extra cards to something like Cards for Kindness? Well, Arlene, I should. I should. Sad thing is I don't, when I get on my social media, I'm usually scrolling. I look at a few things and then I get off. So if that came to me in email, I would absolutely send all my cards there. I totally would. And when my husband was in the military, I did send all my cards to him and he would disperse them all. So there was a time where I did all those things. Cards for Heroes, I think it was called. I am swamped with the amount of stamp sets and supplies because I love new ideas. How do you decide what to give? Oh, Stephanie, I'm your girl for purging. I purge all the time. The number one thing for purging is you have to be in the mood. You have to be in the mood to get rid of things, whether you're donating it to a cause, donating it to Goodwill, or if it just flat out doesn't work anymore, dried out, and you need to throw it in the garbage. Purge. If you haven't used it in the last year, unless it's a specific card like a wedding or something like that, you're probably not going to use it in the future. Also, our tastes changed. When I started out, I used to do critters. Love the Lawn Fawn critters. I can't stand them anymore. It's just not my cup of tea. So tastes change over time too. So don't feel bad about it. You've already spent the money on it. Feel bad about it if it's just sitting there getting no use. So either use it or purge it is what I say. And I don't give it a second thought. If it goes into if my immediate gut was throw it in the purge pile, I'm not going back in that purge pile and getting it out. It's gone. Don't second guess yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Purge, baby. Purge. I should put it on a shirt. Oh God, she's asking me to do something on screen. Justine, I don't know how to do something on screen. Oh my God. Justine, we'll have to pull it up on screen for you. She's my tech person. We can't
I'm gonna
hear
remove
you.
you for just a sec, just because if not, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can remove me and put your screen up. She will show you the classroom page one more time.
Okay, so I think, Terry, your issue probably needs to be solved by email if it's saying something's not recognized, but I will address this for anybody that's having issues quick, and then we'll bring Laurel back on. So get your questions ready because we had no more questions left, okay? So let me just grab my password so I can sign in. 2 seconds. Wasn't planning on doing this. There we go. All right, let me share my screen and present and share screen and share screen. And I think it's that one. Yeah. Okay. So when you go to stressfreecardmaking.com/classroom, it's much easier to remember that than this massive link here. You're going to sign in with your email address and your password. If you do not know your password, you're going to click here on forgot your password. Okay. It's going to send you a password. You cannot create your own password. I'm sorry, our platform doesn't allow that, but it is not an expensive platform, which allows us to keep the cost down for you. So we kind of just take that as one of the cons. Copy and paste the password. Don't try and type it in because it's easy to confuse a uppercase I with a lowercase L and all those types of things. So just copy and paste it. You'll be fine. So once you put in your email and your password, you're going to come here. And depending on how many summits you've bought from us, they're all going to be listed here. So we're going to click on Stress Free Card Making Summit 2025. And you're going to be taken to this page here. And it's going to have a few different things. So we're going to have start here, speaker presentations, speaker bonuses, sponsor bonuses, and live events. For any live events like the Q&A, live classes with me, the trivia, all that kind of stuff, live events, this is where you're going to click. If you want to watch the tutorials, they're all under speaker presentations. So if I click here, all of them are listed here with the speaker's name first and the title. And under live events, you can see that it goes by date. They're in order of what happens throughout the weekend. So that's the classroom, and hopefully that's helpful. And we'll bring back on Laurel Beard.
What's up? There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do I do with my purge stuff? I take it to Goodwill. It's just the easiest thing for me to do. Make your Bellini mocktails with peach puree and seltzer water. So, will it still be pretty? I bet you it'll still give you that pretty look, right? And don't they drop like an orange or something in? I love the looks of drinks. They look so fun. What type of craft that you have never tried would you like to try? Ooh, I like that question. What type of Susan, what type of craft would I like to try? Well, listen, I did try this and I realized I suck at it, but I did try knitting. I think I showed Justine. My aunt is a big knitter. And when we were traveling to Jacksonville to see my parents, we dropped in on my aunt, and my daughter was like, I want to learn how to knit. So she sat there and she was making this one stitch, and she caught on like this. I had my glasses out. I was trying to do this stitch. So I know I technically tried it, but that does answer your question. That was something I was interested in trying. I tried it and I said, this is not for me. Like, it should not have taken me that long to pull a stitch through. And it was just a simple little stitch. I didn't get it. It took too long. I had to get my glasses out. I think my eyes hurt afterwards. So what type of card making technique would you like to try? I've pretty much done them all. You know what I really wished I would have got into, but quite frankly, I just didn't, because I didn't want to do the investment, was the hot foiling. Justine's a really big hot foiling, so I live my hot foil fantasies through her, but I'm just too cheap to buy all that. I'm looking, I got a heat press machine over here. Probably haven't turned it on in 2 years. I got a pink Cricut that's probably got a mountain of dust all over it. So I get into all these things and I buy all the gadgets to make it easy, and then I never do it. I'm just really bad at that, you guys. So I will be having a huge purge. I'm already like figuring out how I can change up my background and get rid of some of my things. So I'm feeling what Susan's putting out. I'm feeling it. Yeah, Susan, this knitting and crocheting thing was not for me. Just not for me. Ooh, glass blowing. Glass blowing is cool. I've done one of those things, but they do all the work and you just go and then you get your shape. I would like to do it from beginning to end. And I did try pottery. I sat at a wheel. Excuse me, now I'm getting all choked up. Hold on. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, I'm back. So I sat at a wheel and I kept spinning. And then my thing would fly off across the room. And it happened 3 or 4 times. And I was like, no, this is not for me. So I had the instructor person come and make me a bowl. And then I took like a little stick and I just put lines in it. And that bowl is in this room somewhere. It's somewhere around here. And I'm like, there, I can say I did something. I did not make the shape of the bowl because mine kept flying off, but I did put the lines in the bowl. So pottery was a good one. I want to know where that go. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I just can't. I can't anymore. I had all these ideas, and I even outside of this room, there's a closet with a whole bunch of stuff. And I moved over the summer, so I did a major purge. Ardith was at my house. My friend Ardith, you all know Ardith, and she was helping me purge. So I did a massive purge, and now I just feel like I need to do it again because I just have not touched these things. I have not touched them, and other people could take much more joy in them. And it's probably something I'll never do. Like a hat press. What am I going to do with a hat press? I don't make hats. We're all the same. We're all the same. We all have these things we want to do, and we all have the best intent. Yes, Ardith is here. Yes, she was here, and she was like, "No, get rid of that. No, get rid of that. No, get rid of that. No, get rid of that. Let me put it in the bag for you. Let me drag the bag out of the house for you." It was ridiculous, and I think Ardith. I think it was when I was into sublimation at the time, right? What most of that stuff, sublimation stuff, it was insane. So find a person, and even if they're not local, like Justine and I used to get together, and I'd be like, "Get rid of that," and she'd do the same thing. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So it was blanks. That's right, Ardith. I spent so much money. What a waste. How long does it take to put on a card? A long stinking time, Dorothy. That's why we go into it together, because with one person, it's an extremely it's a lot of work. With 2 people, it's manageable and it's fun. I like bantering with Justine. It's fun. So yeah, I was going to say 6 months, but yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, you guys, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Hey, Justine, did you know you can buy a scoring blade for your Fiskars style cutter? It's on Amazon. Just in case you wanted to know. Okay, if there aren't any more questions, I'll give it 10 more seconds. That's it. Oh, Ardith is on at 11. So in 37 minutes, we get to banter with Ardith, and I'm super excited to mess with her. It's true. All right. So you know what? Take this time to watch presentations and declutter at the same time. If I have given you motivation to declutter and you're in the mood, do not let that mood pass you, because it will pass you right by. So you can declutter and listen and watch presentations all at the same time. Okay? So that's a wrap. Ooh. Anyway, Denise, I'm so glad you were here for your first official live with moi. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys back here. Well, not here. You'll go to your next link at 11 o'clock for Ardith.